Hello everyone, in this video we will see the update statement in PHP MySQL. So we will see how to update a column inside a table in MySQL database. So coming to our IDE, let's create a new file here and save this as update.php. Now in this file what we will do, we will simply create a form first here, form, and its action tag will be action will be the same file update.php, and its method will be post, and actually it's post. Now what we will do, we will first we will close this form. Now inside this form we will make a second copy of it, and that will be a single form. Now what we will do, we will simply write in HTML, enter ig, and then input type will be text, and name will be id, and its placeholder will be enter ig here. Now the next will be button, input type will be submit, and its name will be sub, and its value will be submit. Now we will write a br tag here. Now what we will do, we will simply copy these two lines from here and paste them again here. We'll remove this and try it, and its name will be name, and we do not need placeholder here. And its value will be update. We will see on the browser what we have done. So let's come to browser and copy this URL from here. Update, and then hit enter. You can see enter ID here, and you can see the text box and update. When I click on this button, nothing will happen. So that is you can see when now what I'm trying to do, I will simply do it this way. I will enter ID here, and this ID will be when I click the submit button, the name corresponding this ID will be displayed on this box. And now here we can update that name, and when we click on this update button, the name will be updated. This is the result of previous video in which we have talked about fetch.php. You can see this is the result what is stored in database. I will show you the database. There are two entries. First is serif within but and second is a cap 3 times a, and this is the registration. Here we can register. So I have made them ready in order if in case they may be needed here. Now coming to our IDE, what we will do, we will simply PHP. Now we have to write PHP code. If is set then dollar underscore post and then the name of this field submit button. Now what we will do, we will simply fetch data here. So I have already written a code here. Let me copy this code from here and we will see what is required here. This include.php is required. Then here we will select star from registers where id is what we have to do here. We have simply copy the id first. Id is equal to dollar underscore post and then the name of this field in which we fill the id. The name of the field is id here. Now select star from register where id is. As id is primary key, then there will be only one row corresponding to this id. So I will type here dollar of id. Now only single row will be fetched from the database. So now what we have to do, we will here execute the query and we will display the number of rows. If the number of rows are greater than now we do not require this table also. Now if the number of rows are greater than 0, what we will do, we will simply echo the name here, $res dot name now id1 submit. Number of rows are this and quarter can as use the object MySQL result as array. Now what we have to do, we have simply copy a variable here row, and in that very row what we have to do, we have simply write this way result and fetch fetch underscore array. Now here this row. Now let's come to browser and see. Undefined index name. Actually it is not name, it's capital N. Name Sharifuddin Bhatt. Now what we have to do, we have simply display this name inside this text box, and when we made some change on this name, and then when we click on this update button, then the name should be updated. So let's come to our IDE. So how to display it inside a box? So what we will do, we will simply copy this from here, form and text, and display it here. Now what we will simply do, we will simply create a value here, and we will write some variable $_value. Up to this we have not created this variable value, so what we will do, we will simply create a variable first here, $_value, that value, and its value will be name. So when this, instead of this echoing this, we will copy the value of this name parameter and in this variable, then this value will be displayed here. Now let us come to browser and see. Enter ID 1 and number of rows are 1, and you can see the name is displayed here. Now if I comment this and click on this update, nothing will happen. When I click this one and submit, you can see the same name comes again. So what we have to do now, we have to bind a handler to this button. Click handler. So when we click on this button, what we will do, we will simply write a code here. If is set, and then $_post, and then the name of button, the name of button is this update. It means when this update button is hit, so what we have to do, we have simply write a query here, SQL_update, and what we have to do, simply we will write update, then the table name is register, then set name, column name equal to, then the value in the text box. So what we will do, we will simply copy the value txt value equal to $_post, and then simply update this this the value inside this text box, this one. When we click on this, when we change the name here and click on this update, then the value should be updated, and next time when we search it by ID, then the updated name should come here. So that's why I have written this name variable text box, name equal to set name equal to $txt value where ID equal to $ID. Now what we have to do, up to this we have made a query here. Now what we have to do, we have simply update the query, execute the query. So for executing the query, what we have to do, we have to use this connection variable and then query and then the parameter here simply. Now what we have to do, we have to close connection close. Actually this code we have to write inside this PHP. We have to cut it from here and paste it here. So now let us see on the browser. Now if I will update this undefined call to query on null, so on line 34, let us see what happens. So what we have to do, we have simply it is showing me error undefined variable ID. So what we first I will clear this, create an ID variable here, dollar of ID equal to dollar underscore post and the name of the field ID. Now you can see when we click on this, I am typing ID here. When I hit this submit button, the name is displayed but there is nothing. So when I copy this ID, I will echo this ID. You can see we will echo a message here, ID equal to then BR here, let us reload this and entering ID 1. You can see when I hit this update button, ID is nothing. So what I have to do, I have simply echo this ID here, value equal to I will copy this form, cut this from here and paste it here and echo this ID from here. Now the next thing which I have to do, I have to cut this from here. This is the local scope inside this function, and I have to provide it global scope here. Now coming to browser, when I click one here, click the submit button, name is displayed here and one is here also, number of rows 1. So when I click on this update button, you can see ID is 1. Now if I give this name again, provide 1 here, you can see the name is updated now. But the one problem remains here. The value of this ID is not defined initially. What we will do, we will simply, I will copy this from here and paste it here and give it some value. Enter IG here. So now we do not need this, let it be there, it will make no difference. So coming to the browser, and first we will save this, and coming to browser, and syntax error if on line 7. Let us see what happened on line 7. Actually, no, enter 1 here and update this name. You can see now we will see this, the name is Sharifuddin, but if I will enter 1 here, and click on the submit button, then I will change this and update this, and you can see in this project fetch Sharifuddin is here. So in this way we update this field of a database in PHP. Please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel Technophile. Thank you.